Good afternoon and welcome to the first of what will hopefully be many in a series of exclusively Gappa Rohan casts. I will be focusing on this map. This is really a channel for the Gappa Rohan fans out there. I don't expect this to be a huge channel or anything like that. I'm just purely doing it for those Gappa Rohan fans. I am a Gappa Rohan fan. I've brought the t-shirt. I'm watching the Gappa Rohan band perform next week. I'm going to get the Gappa Rohan tattoo, and yeah, I'm not ashamed, but I recognise that a lot of controversy on this map, a lot of players in the FAF community, so I don't have much nice to say about the map or the players. That's probably because of this choke point in the middle, which allows for you to sit back and just sort of sim city in your base and not really pay much attention to what's going on. I actually don't share that view. I actually think it's quite an intensive game. It's true that very early on you won't really have to deal with much harassment, but you've really got to make sure that you are paying attention and that you work as a team. Because if your opponents are coordinating things more efficiently and playing more perfectly than you, you're going to be behind, and even if you can see what they're doing, you won't be able to stop it. So hopefully this will be a exciting and cool series, but yeah, if you don't like it, then just don't watch it. That's cool. And that's about it for introducing this series. So I'll go right ahead, slow it right down just here, just before they meet in the middle, and introduce the players. So actually we'll start with Team 1. So first off, we have the highest ranking player of today in Tampon Stained Red, and that is Megatron. He has chosen Aeon and has opened first air. Below in the middle we have in Shitty Brown, we have Robbo Danny. He is gone UAF and open first land. Supporting in the middle is Weezer. He is the lowest rank of the day, but I'm sure that his rank won't show because he is a good player, and he has gone blue and Cybern and open first land. And last for Team 1, we have Edison, the formidable air player, gone Aeon, opening first land. So that's for Team 1. Now Team 2, at the top here we have Lollipop. He's gone Seraphim in Piss Yellow, opening first land. In the middle here we have in Jizzy White Lully Peru, a very dangerous, very capable Lully Peru, gone Cybern, opening first land. And supporting in the middle we have Silliest. He has gone UEF and he is opening first land also. Last but not least at all is Booty. He has chosen to go Cybern, opening first land, and I expect to see a lot from this player today. So let us go ahead and speed things up. As you all probably know, as soon as the first factory is built, the commanders are sent right to the middle to pick up the reclaim. This is an important part of the game. Make sure you get as much mass as you can to give you that edge. And there's actually a skill to doing this. You've got to concentrate on what you're doing. You can't just put down the orders and head back and zoom down into your base. You've got to make sure you really take advantage. So a little bit of teasing, a little bit of foreplay here from the commanders. I mean, just the word commander to me is a bit gay. I sort of sense a little bit of sexual tension between these guys. Oh, that's a bit cheeky. And yeah, Robbo's going to go right ahead and take this mass up here, and poor Weezer is getting sandwiched in the middle of these two hunks, and he is really teasing him, just trying to like wind him up by slapping his ass with that gun. And Weezer replies with a Shot to the face. Oh, there was a dick shot right there. That was pretty low, Weezer. You could be banned from the game for a dick shot like that. Lily Peru is not happy about this wall here. He's not happy about it. And that was one last cheeky torso shot. I think he was going for the dick in payback for Weezer's dick shot, but you know, he was getting man sandwiched, so I kind of understand his frustration right there. So that's the middle. I think that probably went Team 1's way there, but I'm not too sure. I can't see the reclaim here. These small edges counts for a lot later on in the game, so if you do collect more mass, then slight favour to that team. And as you can see, they have scouted a little bit. Lollipop has not sent any scouts off yet, it appears, unless they've just been taken down. And we have Lily Peru, who has gone quite early on for the possibly the Tech 2 upgrade. And I'm not sure if we have the same from any of the other players. We have Edison here, who has brought up a line of Auroras in anticipation for Booty's land push. And now Weezer has also decided to start his upgrade, which I imagine again is the Tech 2. Lily Peru has still got a little way to go. And Silliest also doing the same. He's got 2 engineers supporting him. This little platoon from Booty is building up, and he is spamming out a line of T1 factories here, so he's going to think about a land push against Edison. We'll just speed this up just a touch here. This is the sort of point in the game where not really much happens. Maybe a bomber sent across, or perhaps some drops on the way, who knows. In fact, well, that is a Tech 2 transport on the way from Megatron. Lollipop here is stopped his Tech 2 upgrade on the land factory and moved over to the air factory instead. Not sure if that was a mistake. And Lily Peru has nicely set these T2 PDs up in the very nice spot there. Silliest is working on his first T2 power generator, and we're probably going to see the same from Robodani, which we do from this T2 engineer. And Booty has finally decided to attempt to push with these units. You can see that this PD is nicely placed by Edison. Really needs to take out first on a pretty awkward line here for both of the teams, both of the sides. And that's quite nicely, effectively sort of held off from Edison. Excuse my poor language. So we did have the same idea from Lollipop, and he has filled his transport up with Zuis, and same with Megatron here. So they've actually thought about doing the same tactic pretty much simultaneously, and Lollipop brings his wow, he has actually got his commander, so this was kind of a little bit of a trick to try and get rid of Megatron's air, which worked quite effectively. He is actually moving his commander over. I'm not sure what upgrades he has on his commander, but he is going all out here, and Megatron also having the same idea decides to, he's going to drop his artilleries here. He might need to do that. I'm not too sure what Lollipop can see here. Wow, so Megatron moves off with the transports, but you can't see that there's actually a lot of artillery here from Megatron. He really needs to see that, because he could be wiping them out long before this, and that's a lot of artillery going to rain down on him there. That is not good. Looks like it's a pretty hopeless situation for Lollipop, and Megatron quickly builds a T2 point defense, continues to build more point defense, move his commander forward. He's smelling blood right now, and Lollipop is in a bad situation. Meanwhile, Megatron has microed these fervors, or whatever you call them, and that has been very nicely done. Lollipop is right down into the red now, which I expected to see, and he's not going to survive. Pretty poor. Very nicely responded from Megatron to really quite comfortably just prevent that attack from Wally. Maybe he landed too far behind, but now that these T1 RTs have got free ticket to destroy some shit down in Lolliporu's base, Lolliporu's had to bring his commander forward and change his plans to deal with this, and fortunately he's managed to get these PDs out in time, and Megatron has just sent them forward to their deaths there. He could have done a lot more damage with that, but he is concentrating on a lot right now. He's also sent some engineers nicely down here to collect this reclaim. So that was a lot of action there from this match. Now Booty is trying to move these units over the south ridge of this hill, as well as bringing some artilleries over the top here. Edison has amassed a huge army, which is going to prevent any push from Booty on this little alley here, this little crevice in the mountain. The minute the game looks very much in favour of Team 1, as we can all see. He's also built some PD here now as well, and decided to change his mind with this artillery drop here, and has moved it over right into Silliest's core base. Has it been spotted? Not really. Well, it has, but there's not really much that can be done about it because there's no air. And these artilleries meet the Mongoose, which comes just in time, but it's not going to be able to stop enough of them in time. But that shield generator may have just... no, I don't think it's going to save... He's changed his mind to move to this mech scene. He manages to take it out. He still has this mech scene, which he's just decided to change his mind about, so that's a shame he couldn't take out both Mexis there. But, good attempt from Megatron, who is trying to do a lot different things right now. He's relentlessly applying pressure to this northern area. Corsairs from Lily, Peru have dealt with the engineers. And Silius is responding with these mongoose and sending them up towards the north. Again, another transport full of engineers on its way over. Booty's still applying pressure on this bottom spot whilst ecoing up and trying to get his air game on board. We have a slight lull in the game right now, although there is action brewing. We have some more Corsairs from Lily, Peru. I'm not too sure if Team 1 has seen all these Corsairs yet. We do have these arty drops from Megatron right at the south side now, and I'm not too sure if Booty has seen them yet. But they have decided to, yes, they have decided to plan to drop right here in Booty's base, and Booty needs to react quickly here. He's got to try and get as many inties on these different transports as he can effectively, and he manages to take two of them out very well. These arties do land, but are quickly put to a stop by Lily's Corsairs. So again, another drop from Megatron, not coming to great effect, but pretty well played nonetheless. Now, Robbo has been producing a lot of flax in anticipation of a snipe from Lally Peru, which is a pretty good decision. He's also building SAMs here as further defense. We also have SAMs from Weezer. It looks like finally that they have taken control over this northern expansion, or what was once Lolly's base. Weezer asking for mid to be scouted. I'm not sure what his plans are as of yet. Booty manages to sneak these units away, which is forcing this army of Edison's round, forcing them back, which is keeping Edison on his toes, slowing him down as much as he possibly can. Now, Lally Peru really does have quite a lot of Corsairs. 26 of them. It looks like he's getting trigger happy with these Corsairs, and he may well be thinking about a snipe right here. There is a scout going over the hill, perhaps to pick out one of the... Yes, he is trying to get over and get a bead on Megatron's commander, I think. Lally Peru. Yes, he has put the order down for Megatron. Now, is there going to be enough anti-air flak to deal with this? It doesn't look too good for Megatron. It's just about seen it. And these flak, wow, a lot of them just got, wow, a lot of them have been taken out by this flak, and he's left with only 3 or 4 or 5 maybe actual missiles dropped there. Megatron meanwhile drops these artillery and flak down here. It's still putting pressure on this north side whilst dealing with these attacks. Lily Peru brings what was built whilst he sent them over to deal with this further pressure from Megatron. I think it's going to be dealt with, but that is probably a costly loss from Teams 2's investment there. Now we have Ravengers in the middle. Not that they're much needed right now because neither team... Oh, actually, we have a Spider which has been complete 75, 75%, 80% complete. And Sidious does have a lot of Ravengers here, so it might be okay. Plus these Corsairs. I mean, it's been a while since Lollipop dropped out, and still don't have these Mexis under control. So there's very nice pressure from Megatron. Booty still applying pressure to Edison here, and he is also T3 as well. Megatron has built this very annoying tactical missile launcher, and Loperu is just not having any of it, and has decided to send in most of his Corsairs to deal with it. Edison could just go right ahead now and take all that Corsair out with his air, but I know what it feels like. It sort of feels like you shouldn't go over there because you're going to get died to Sam's, but no. Situation, it could have just taken them out. Sidious has started in Tech 2 Arty Farm, although the range on them doesn't quite meet the defences, so it's going to can't even see the Spider either. We have some flak being brought down from Megatron, which is a nice fort. A couple of bombers out here from Edison. I'm not sure what he's going to do with these, whether he's going to be aggressive with them. Again, as I said, continuous pressure on Booty, but I don't see them actually causing too much damage for Edison now with these point defense. We will just speed things up just a touch here. There's a little pause, little breather in the game right here. First Percival from Sidious. Let's take free land on line. So does Robbo. And we'll just slow this right down because Ali Peru has gifted all of his Corsairs over to Booty. So it looks like they are thinking about trying to take out Edison here. Now, unfortunately, Booty can't see all his fighters, which are going to come in, and Edison is going to see these Corsair and frantically try and deal with them. There is a lot right there. Booty doing a good job of trying to kill off these ASFs. The Corsairs just paused briefly there. Meanwhile, Edison and Megatron are moving their flak over to this side, which has really been effective in preventing this last run from them. Just too many taking out, and unfortunately all those fighters go to waste. They really do have to make something happen, Team 2, and it's just coming up a bit too short. This is really, really costing them, but they don't really have a choice. They've really got to do something quick before Team 1 just become undefeatable. So Weezer is thinking about killing Booty right now. I'm not sure what it is he's thinking of exactly. It looks like he's going for a telemaser. And oh, he does have the laser generator, so I assume he is going teleport. And he wants to, oh, looks like Lily Peru is also thinking of the same idea with all these ion reactors being built. Booty doesn't have any tele defense. Just a line of T1 PDs will suffice. You've got to make sure you make enough of them. Also, Sidious also doesn't have any tele defense, although he does have these Ravengers. They will take a while to turn around, and neither does Lady Peru. So he has all options on for the telemaser. It's not far off complete now. Scouting for Lily Peru. He's probably having a look at that right now and thinking, well, that's a pretty good spot for me right there, just to jump in there right now. I don't think Team 2 have been thinking too much about the tele, although Booty has just started his line of PDs. He's asking his teammates who he should go for. What's their response? I don't know, says Edison. It's Lully. He's decided to go for Lily Peru. Lily Peru does not have any T1 defense or any PDs of any kind or any units. And he has moved right in there, pointed it right towards Lily Peru, and Lily Peru's health is evaporating. I can't see how he's going to make it. He's got some Corsairs coming in. He's blowing up this ion reactor, which is taking out a lot of his health. There's some more guns dropping Corsairs, and he just explodes. Weezer explodes from I don't know what, but I guess these ion reactors and those Corsairs just blew him up. And Lily Peru survives with enough health of him to comfortably go on, and that really, really has given a boost to Team 2, because they were not looking good. Weezer, in a similar vein to Lollipop, with the level of ballsiness. But yeah, I mean, it looked like a clear kill to me, so I don't blame him for that. I just don't really know how that all went terribly wrong for him. So Lily Peru effectively kamikazed, Lollipop I should say, effectively kamikazed into Megatron's base, and Weezer effectively did the same. We are now 3 against 3, but the only difference here is that Team 1 have a lot more mass and they will reclaim it all rather than... I can't see them applying too much pressure in this slot here. So I still favour Team 1 by quite a long way. Let me see any more ideas being developed. I can't see if he's upgrading. No, he's just building some SAMs. Very sensible decision. Get as many SAMs as you can, why not? We do have this spider wreck though left for Robbo, and his... I don't know what you call them actually, but they will get to work now and reclaim very nicely. And that's going to help him in this Fat Boy production. The Fat Boy here is pretty good, but he does have this arty farm. Yes, wondering if he could make a Scatus and asking Lilliperu to start the Scatus. Lilliperu is building back these ion generators. Maybe he's still going for the teleport. Edison is just kind of getting on with his business really. The pressure from Booty has finished for now. Fat Boy finally gets complete. He builds another tactical missile launcher here. Megatron multitasking, doing as much as he can. Quite a force of Percivals here from Robbo Danny. There's quite a few building up right there. Megatron has spotted that Lilliperu is going telly. She is indeed. I expect to see PDs being built. We already have a line from Edison. I mean, it's going to be hard to ignore telly possibilities, as there has already been an attempt from Weezer. So yeah, they all have telly defense right now, and Megatron has begun his artillery. Still don't see this Scatus from Team 2 that they were talking about. I do see a Duke in preparation. Just these 4 bombers from Edison have just decided not to use them aggressively. Lilliperu still on his upgrade. Let's see if he already has the... He does already have the laser, and the Scatters has been started. So it looks like Wally did pass over a tech free, and Sidious is going to try and deal with that Scatus. Robbo Danny at the top of the leaderboard here. Megatron close behind, so Team 1 do have the eco dominance. Robbo here started a second Fat Boy. They're going to be using this, I'm sure, at some point, because they actually don't have a single experimental on this side of the map. I'm wondering if they could have just built up a few more experimentals and just pushed them in that way and just closed the game off. But you know what I mean, it looks like it is still Team 1's game. Weezer asking him to push into the middle with the Fat Boys, which I think is a good idea. He now has 18 Percivals. Silliest has only 7. The Scatis, I'm not sure if it's been spotted yet. I'm not too sure if it has. They have spotted the potential snipe here from tally snipe here from Lully Peru. He's moving out of his spot there. He definitely has all the upgrades ready for a tally snipe. And the scouts have been sent over, so is this for Edison that he's going to try and go for? But the scouts don't quite make it. Although he does actually just about get some info on Edison, and is Lully Peru going to go for him? I hear some firing of planes, but Lully, there he is. He's put it on. He's facing forward. It feels like he is going to go and take out Edison. He's pretty aggressively getting more T1 PD out. There he is, and that was very important to get those PDs out because it's taken a bit of his health. It might have saved him, but I don't think it does. Edison goes out. PD survived just long enough to take out Lully Peru, so it was a kamikaze, but it worked. That's the second tally snipe this game. 2 players taken out. Wow. So he gives over the technology for the Scatis, and he doesn't lose it. So that could be an important decision there from Team 2. Robbo and Megatron are still leaders in eco at the minute, and with Robbo and all these units here, he's not using them yet, but they've done very well, Team 2, to actually make something of this game. And there is some observer chat going on right now. Well, I mean, I still have to put my money on Team 1 right now for winning this game. Pretty exciting stuff happening right there. Would have been incredible if Lully had managed to make it back in time. He may have been able to kill Edison if it weren't for that last line of PD that he made, and kill him and walk far enough away from these and survive. Don't think there was any bombers from Team 1 at the time. Now I'm going to just bring up the speed a little bit here. Oh, and actually we will just mention this artillery because it has been built right now and the second one's under construction already. Megatron has an arty up and they will be firing at Teams 2 Scatters if they have picked up on it. Too sure if they have seen it yet, so they have definitely uncovered it. The ping goes down for the Fat Boys to push forward. I don't know why Robbo has not pushed already with them. It's definitely what he needs to be doing. This artillery is just sort of firing at not much, although it is taking out Siliust's T3 power. It's usually a good idea to go for eco first because you usually don't have enough firepower in the artillery to take down the shields until you have two, which is going to happen at some point soon. Robodani has actually built a Duke though, so now there is two artilleries online, and Team 2 are going to have to deal with two artilleries raining down, and Siliust is blinking out shields. So take a look at his power. It is actually not going well for him in terms of power, and this Scatus is not far off complete. Pretty stressful stuff for him. He really needs to get some power online, so that was a good choice from Megatron to take out these T3 power with the Arty, but he really needs to focus now on the Scatus. Both of them could be taking out the Scatus if they focused on it together. Now the push from Robbo begins. The Scatus meanwhile very close to being complete, desperately trying to get his power back online. These Percival's taking in a lot, absorbing a lot of damage, a lot of firepower from these Ravengers, and they all just fire at one at a time. This is not looking too healthy for these fat boys. The Scatus has been complete. He really needs to focus on these fat boys first, I should imagine. These Ravengers are doing as well as they can. Really needs to try and micro these Ravengers to take out these micro these Percys to take out these Ravengers, and he does aim for the fat boy with the Scatus, it appears. I cannot see this holding off for too long. Pretty impressed if this is prevented. Really asking for the fat boys to be attacked, and they are. And the Ravengers are now in range of the fat boy as well. These Percys do get through, and these shields have not lasted. Silius is desperately trying to build some more Ravengers, and now needs to focus on this second fat boy. There's more artillery raining down though, and I'm not too sure if both of them, Robbo and Megatron, are firing at the middle here. The second artillery for Megatron's down, and surely this has got to be the beginning of the end for Team 2. Shields do blink back on, but this fat boy is now in range and throwing its shit down onto Silius. Booty trying to come in with some whalers here to help out, and the artillery's just smashed right down onto Silius there. That is pretty horrible. All his shield and all of his health pretty much been taken off. But he just misses that artillery. He's really got to get the fuck out of there. Scatus is still alive and going for this Duke, and he actually manages to take it out, but oh, that last shell catches Silius and takes him out. We all thought it was going to happen, and Silius is out of the game. A few more shells from the Scatus do get fired, but he managed to take out one of his Dukes, but there's already two left for Megatron, and there is pretty much, yeah, 3 artilleries online against Booty, who has doesn't have a great deal to go against Team 1 now. It's looking pretty hopeless for Booty. He has actually gone all in, I guess, and gone for the tally. Although he's picked out Robbo here, and Robbo's health, his shield's being evaporated, and Jesus, I don't think Megatron has any air, and wow, Robbo is being caught out there. So Robbo gets taken out. Megatron is raining down his shells right onto Robbo's Booty's base, and he has no chance. Has he teleported? No, he's teleported right into Megatron's base here. If this gets pulled off right now, I can't see it happening. He's got way too much defense. Just holding my breath. And Booty comes online, fires straight into Megatron, and all the PDs come down, and oh my days! Well, would you believe it? Just when everybody thought it was all over, and Booty propels himself into stardom with that unbelievable last-ditch attempt at what probably feels like a win for Team 2, but that is actually a draw. Can you believe it? A draw on Gaparero, and I've never seen that before. Well, that was just an unbelievable comeback from Booty there. Everybody on chat was resound to it being game over, and wow. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. I don't expect to be casting any more draws like that, but I hope they will be just as exciting nonetheless. So thank you for this game, and surely be more to come in the future. Bloody hell.